Good morning, members. Welcome to this week's Member Monday. I have just finished a nice desert walk with my camera. I had a family emergency over the weekend, so I spent some time at the hospital and really just generally inside. I ate a lot of junk food, and this morning I woke up feeling completely hungover. And everything's okay, by the way. Everything's fine now. But anyway, I'm just worn out. Didn't get a ton of sleep over the weekend. And I thought, you know what I could use this morning? I woke up and I'm sitting on the couch with my cat. And I'm like, you know what I could use this morning? I could use a nice walk in the dirt. So that's what I did. And took a couple lenses. I took my D500 and the 17 to 55 f2.8 lens and the 70 to 200 f2.8 lens. And I just had a good old time. I actually think I'm going to gear up for the week with my printer, my photo printer. So I was thinking this would be a good way to kick that off. Taking some photos this morning, printing, one or two of them, and including all that in the gearing up for the week video. So stay tuned for that later on today. So that's what I am going to be doing today. However, I wanted to share with you all something that I filmed last week. As you may know, I posted an adventure video on Friday from the hospital, interestingly enough. Who knew that some hospitals have free Wi-Fi and that it's actually pretty good? I was able to upload an entire video from a hospital. It was amazing. I cannot believe. Well, wonders never cease. But anyway, I filmed some, what I just shared with you what I packed to take with me on the adventure. And I think I also talked a little bit about what I used and didn't use while I was out there. So sorry for the crazy lighting. So here's that. And yeah, that's it. Okay, friends, sorry the lighting is not the bestest right now, but I want to share with you all of the stuff that I bring on, at least on today's adventure. And a lot of times the stuff is the same. So anyway, here's all my stuff. Let's start with what I was wearing. I've already taken off my socks because they're a little wet, or at least this one's wet. Anyway, I like Wright socks. Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T. And I also like the Ingenie toe socks. I really like those because they prevent blisters when I'm running, especially in the dry desert. But it's my understanding that won't keep me as warm as having regular socks. So, and plus I also make holes in them easier because for some reason, even though they're ridiculously expensive, I get holes in the toes. So I don't buy them very often. Anyway, I like these a lot. I also, for wintertime, like the ones that have a little bit of ankle coverage, because then I can, especially these shorter ones, because I can put these on and then put my leggings over them, and it's not super bulky, but I've got coverage from the elements all the way, up and down my legs. So as little skin showing as possible. That's what I want to do when I'm cold. Oh, sitting on the ground here, my ankles are getting ground into my fake wood flooring. And I had on this jacket. This is actually a rain jacket. It's from REI, but I love it because it is waterproof and breathable. It has a great hood that is customizable in a couple of different sections on the sides and in the back, so that I get a really good fit. And it has a little bit of a, just a little tiny bit of a visor on it, just to kind of help out a little bit with rain. And then I also like it because the underarms unzip so that you can, if you get hot, like you can breathe a little bit that way without fully taking the jacket off. And it has zipper pockets on the sides and one right here, I think. No. Over here. Doesn't matter. It has a chest pocket. I never use that, but it's got one. Yeah, I really, really, really like that jacket. I also had on this layer all zipped up. It's just another, it's actually from REI as well. It's just kind of a insulated vest. And then this long sleeve shirt on underneath it. And leggings. And that's it for, oh wait, no. And then I had this ear warmer. This is from Target. It has fleece on the inside and kind of this whatever synthetic material that is on the outside. And then I wear 2 pairs of gloves, like so. The outer pair is from Eddie Bauer, I think. I think so. I've had them for a long time. Like I've had these for at least 10 years. My mommy bought them for me for my birthday a long time ago. Anyway, I like them because they have this little mitten feature, a little magnet back here, and the fingers are cut out. The thumb isn't, but the fingers are cut out. And then I have underneath it these head gloves. I got these at Costco recently, and they have the touch thumb and finger. So when I'm wearing these, like so, I can take the little mitten thing off and use my finger to operate my phone. Man, these little touch gloves have really improved over the last few years because I can actually use them now. And then when I'm using my drone, I take off this inside layer so that I have a little bit more mobility in my fingers to fly my drone. Okay, that's all the clothes I was wearing. I did, however, bring this just in case. This was my emergency if I get really super cold jacket. It is a sweatshirty thing from REI. I have a lot of stuff from REI. Whenever people ask me like what I want for my birthday, like Raymond's mom or whoever, I'm like, I don't know, an REI gift card. So I always get stuff from them. I've had this probably as long as I've had these. They don't do this like line anymore. It was called OXT, but I think it's basically just Polartec, and it keeps me so warm. I didn't end up having to use it this time though, which was nice. I got hot actually on the way out there. On the way back, I was pretty chilly, but on the way out, I got hot. Okay, now let's switch to gear. I had food. I had one banana with me and one in the car. Can you guess which one was with me? The one that's all brown and beaten up. I'll eat that in just a little bit. I had with me, this is the camera that I talked about having. Hi, kitty cat. This is the camera I talked about having around me. This is the D810 and the 24-85 variable aperture lens. It's an f3.5 to f4.5 lens. I really, really like it. It, however, is not like weather sealed like the camera is, and like the 24 to 70 f2.8 lens would have been, but it's lighter, it's smaller, and when I had a little bit of like snow and rain, I just covered it up. If it would have gotten any worse, I would have just put it in my bag. Incidentally, this is a good transition. Leroy Brown, he's being demanding. The good transition is that in here I have Ziploc bags. I have a couple gallon-size Ziploc bags, freezer bags, and some quart-size Ziplocs. So just in case rain gets really bad, I can protect my gear. Incidentally, something that I actually thought of this last night when I was packing is that this backpack has a rain cover that's tucked into the bottom, and you just like unzip or maybe it's Velcro, I don't remember, and you just pull the whole thing over. It's awesome. I love that. What else do I have in here? Also, in the same little pocket that I have my Ziplocs, I keep extra AAA batteries. These are for my headlamp, which are in here. Oh, I don't know if you guys just heard that my shoulder blade just cracked. Okay, here, just stand on everything and lay down. Will that make you feel better? My DJI Osmo Mobile, was in the front. Actually, it ended up not being in the front. I took it out, what did I say, probably less than a quarter of a mile into my hike. But it was in here, as well as my the little thing that I put the action camera in to be able to use the Osmo Mobile. Like I said, I didn't end up using the action camera for that. I used my phone in the Osmo Mobile. What else do I have in here? I have a USB charger. This is my very favorite USB charger. It's my favorite because it's kind of small and it's totally like, he's literally biting my hair right now. Dude, really? It has a lightning cable. You can also get this with a micro USB cable. Actually, Raymond has that one. And it has the plug already plugged into it. It also has a USB port down here that's covered, but I love this thing. I think it's called the Savior. It's the RAV Power Savior, I think. I like this one so much that RAV Power sent us one or the other of them because, you know, so that I could review it. And then we bought the other one. I can't remember which one they sent me and I reviewed and which one that we bought. But yeah, Raymond was using a phone that had, he was using an iPhone, but he had a charging case on it that was micro USB. So he had a micro USB one. Now he just uses the USB thing on the bottom for his lightning cable for his newer phone. Ow. What else do I have going on here? Food. I've got in my pencil case, in case you haven't ever seen this, I use a pencil case because it keeps things from getting crushed. And it was inexpensive. I have some salted almonds, a bar. I have some little packet of nut butter in there. I think it's chocolate hazelnut butter, actually. I was going to eat it with the banana, but it was cold. I didn't want to like hang out, so I didn't eat. Sunglasses, certainly didn't need those. My wallet, certainly didn't need that. Ooh. And then I think that's all that's in here. Yeah. Oh, where's my, yeah, there's this headlamp. I think I need to replace the batteries in here, although not actually replace because I have Eneloops in here. I have the rechargeables, or they might be the Amazon Basics rechargeables. I don't remember which I have in there, but one or the other. Okay. Next, I have in the actual camera compartment, I tried to put all of my gear in here so that like everything would be in the same place, with the exception of the Osmo Mobile. I, slid that down the front. In here, I will show you what I have in there in just a minute, but I've got my Mavic in here and the controller and a couple of batteries, extra batteries because there's one on the Mavic. And then in here I have all of my extra Mavic stuff. I have some filters. I didn't use these. I almost never use them, but I always wish I would have. I should use them. This little thing plugs into a Mavic battery and then it becomes a USB charger. There's two little USB plugs. I love this. I've never used it. I love just having it as a just in case thing. Like, what if the cold would have eaten my phone battery and I would have needed to, charge it? Well, I realize I have a USB charger, but then what if I still needed more charge? I would have had it. Always be charging, And then some extra propellers for the Mavic. Okay, that's all that's in there, but I did have this bag with my action camera. This is the SJ7 Star. SJ7 Star? Yeah. Hello. And I only used this at one point during the trip. Well, I tried to use it in the beginning. It was too dark. I used it when I was up on the outcropping overlook thing. I had it on a mini tripod, which I'll show you in just a minute. That's what this hardware is for. And then I also always carry the charging cable for it. This is mini USB, which is kind of annoying because everything else is either micro USB or like my lightning cable phone. So I always keep it just in case. I could have charged it. If I would have been using it, you know, a lot during the trip, I could have charged it with this or with a Mavic Pro battery so that I could have gotten more footage. I didn't end up needing it. Oh well. I also brought the waterproof case because I knew that we were in for some weather. I just didn't know how much. I knew that weather was supposed to or the snow was supposed to stop sometime in between 6 and 7. I planned on getting onto the trail at 5:30. I ended up getting onto the trail a little after 6. I looked in my phone, or in the app in my phone. So anyway, there's my little tripod that I used with that. This thing is starting to not work so well anymore. I think I need a new one. It's all like it has cracks and stuff in it. It doesn't work as well as it used to. I have an extra battery for my Nikon. And then I have my Lytra lights and one of the like diffusers. I'm so annoyed at myself that I didn't take the extra minute and get these out of my bag, because there were several times during the hike out to Fisher Point that I thought, oh, I sure wish that I had those lights out so that I could get some shots of me, you know, hiking right now. But I had gotten a late start and it was laziness. I should have just gotten them out, but I didn't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if I felt like this light was really dim. I wonder if it was because I've been using these a lot more. And I wonder if I was just thinking that it was dim because I'm not used to it, because I haven't just used that in quite a while. I think that's all I brought. Okay, that's all I brought, but there were a couple of additional things that I wanted to show you. My watch is a Garmin Fenix 5, and it's big and chunky, but I love it. I wear it almost all the time, but I can track my workouts. I tracked my workout this morning. One thing that I really like about it, other than I like knowing how far I've gone, especially in a situation like today where I was like trying to get to a place. I knew where I was going but I knew how far it was to get there, so I could check my watch if I wanted to and see, okay, how much longer do I actually have to go? I didn't do that this morning, but I can. And I have. Another thing is that I've got breadcrumbs enabled on here so that I can see where I have been. It's just a line. It's not like, it's not a terrain map or anything, although I think I can get maps on here, but I haven't done that and I don't foresee myself doing it. But the point is that I could get back somewhere by tracking my little arrow wherever I am and just trying to follow the line back. If you do have one of these, you have to enable that, by the way. If you have, I think all the Fenix watches will do it, at least the newer ones. I don't know. What am I saying? I don't actually know. But at least the Garmin Fenix 5 does it. And Raymond's Fenix, I think he has the 4, but it's the big one. It's like the Mondo-sized one. Also my shoes, which I will take a little video of. These are Merrell shoes. I can't remember exactly what they are. If you are interested in knowing exactly what shoes these are, let me know and I can check my Amazon orders and let you know. But the last thing I wanted to show you is in my phone, and it is something that is really important for me when I go out, because I do go out into these situations where I'm the only one around. I have water in here. I forgot to mention that. I have my Camelback bladder in the back of this. Sorry. So I'm the only one around. No one's going to help me with directions. Like, I saw some animal tracks. I don't think Mr. Fox was going to help me. I don't think, the bunny tracks that I saw were going to help me. And there's no one else around. So I have to make extra sure that I know where I'm going and that I can get myself out if I need to. I am super, super serious about that. I don't ever go anywhere where I don't feel safe. and where I don't know where I'm going, or at least have a map, you know? So I have this app called Motion X GPS, and I can download terrain maps. In this little snippet here, you can see that I've also run a track. This was a previous time that I went out to Fisher Point. In fact, I think this may have been the time that I went out for sunset and ran and made a video about it. But I can run a track like that if I want to. Today I didn't. I just downloaded that entire area of the map onto my phone so that I could see my little arrow that represented me, and I could follow that old track, or at least I could see where I'm going. You can also set waypoints and stuff, which I do sometimes when I'm going somewhere new and I need to know like which way I'm going to turn at certain junctions, because not everything is all that well signed. Like the hike that I did this morning, not well signed until you get like a half mile away from Fisher Point. Like it doesn't say Fisher Point anywhere until a half mile away from it. And the whole hike is like, I went 6.77 miles today. So, 3 and some odd miles, 3 miles of no signage for Fisher Point. There's signage for other things. Like I was on the Arizona Trail and, go to Marshall Lake this way, keep following the Arizona Trail this way. Like none of those things helped me out. Anyway, that's why I have the app. And I highly recommend it. I don't know if there's other ones out there. I assume there are other like mapping, downloadable maps that you can use, but I particularly like that. I've used it for a long, long time. And I think that is it. Okay. Thanks for watching. So that's it for Member Monday this week, friends. I hope you found that enlightening. Good gracious, it's windy today. My walk in the dirt was actually like in the dirt. It was blowing all over the place. Anyway, that's it, everybody. I hope you all have a great week, and I will be around all week long. I'll talk to you later.